I grew up playing the basketball with the boys, so like it's always been physical and feisty, and like that's what it is, and you got to find a way to hold your own.
Caitlin Clark, the dazzling star who's been smashing records and captivating fans with her brilliance, has just made an announcement that shook the entire sports world. From highlight reel moments to her magnetic presence, Clark has earned the admiration of millions. But now, with her latest decision, everyone is left stunned, asking what it means for her future, her team, and the WNBA itself. Is this truly the end of something special? Or could it be the start of something even bigger? Let's dive into Caitlin Clark's surprising choice that has the sports community buzzing. This is a career-defining move. Back in 2006, the WNBA was only playing 34-game seasons, but now history looks different. Clark has announced she's stepping away from the game until April. That's more than 200 days without the league's biggest star on the hardwood. Fans couldn't believe it when reporter Ryan Ruocco confirmed the news. No overseas contracts, no off-season camps, not even 3-on-3 tournaments. Just a complete stop until spring. But this isn't only about catching her breath. Clark's last appearance ended with controversy. She was taken down hard, tackled to the floor, and unbelievably, the refs swallowed the whistle. Fans erupted online, furious at the league's officiating. "How is that not a foul?" they demanded, followed by the bitter add-on, "Oh wait, it's Caitlin Clark." The double standard was glaring, and the reaction was immediate. Social media lit up with frustration, and even other players weighed in. "We don't want fans throwing names or degrading us," one player said. "This is our job and we love it. But nobody deserves to clock in and deal with that type of storm online. The league has to step in, create rules. Something's got to change. How many more times do we have to deal with this?" Meanwhile, Alyssa Thomas sounded off after that same game. Instead of celebrating her team's win, she blasted Fever fans for hate and insults, admitting she was worn down by the negativity. But critics noticed the timing. When Angel Reese leveled Clark with a hard foul earlier in the season, Thomas had nothing to say. Silent then, outspoken now. To many, it felt like two very different standards, because Clark was the one on the floor this time. So, is Clark's time off a defining stand? By skipping overseas deals and avoiding extra off-season commitments, she's drawing a bold line in the sand. Her health, her mind, and her long-term legacy matter more than the grind. And everyone, the Fever, the WNBA, and fans everywhere, are about to feel what it's like without her. In truth, the choice makes sense. Clark has shouldered a workload few could survive. In just 324 days, she played nearly the equivalent of an NBA season, 81 games and close to 3,000 minutes. That's almost unprecedented. Just look at her most recent outing. It wasn't just another matchup, it was a playoff clash against the battle-tested Connecticut Sun. On paper, Indiana didn't stand a chance, but Clark played like she had something to prove, dropping 25 points, dishing 9 assists, and keeping the Fever alive when everyone else had already counted them out. Numbers don't even tell the whole story. Fans watched in awe as Clark dictated the pace of the game. Her passing was surgical, finding teammates, creating open looks, setting up shots that, frustratingly, just wouldn't drop. "How many more times does she have to deliver perfect passes before someone finishes?" fans muttered. That night wasn't about stats, it was about vision. Clark created chances all over the floor, controlled the offense, and carried her team when the moment was heaviest. And remember, this was against the Connecticut Sun, one of the toughest, most experienced playoff squads in the league. From the opening whistle, Clark attacked with fearlessness, slashing to the rim, drilling deep jumpers, and carrying herself like she belonged under the brightest lights. She gave Indiana a legitimate shot at pulling off an upset, and in doing so, cemented her status as one of the most dangerous players in the league. Sure, the Fever's season ended in disappointment, but Clark's rookie campaign was nothing short of extraordinary. She's already proven herself as one of the boldest, brightest stars the WNBA has seen in years. Her blend of scoring bursts and unselfish playmaking made her the engine of Indiana's entire season, igniting teammates and fans alike. That's why her break is so symbolic. Even just a few months without Caitlin Clark will make the league feel different. Her absence will be obvious, and it highlights just how much she means, not only to her team, but to the future of women's basketball as a whole. Is she already becoming a league-wide leader in her very first year? The evidence says yes. Because Indiana didn't just run plays through her, they ran everything through her. Every scouting report had her circled. Entire defensive schemes were built to slow her down. Coaches scrambled to adjust mid-game, and still, night after night, she torched them. That's what makes a superstar. Then there's her range. She's not just hitting threes, she's pulling from distances that make defenders shake their heads. When those shots go down, defenses collapse in panic, and that's when the lanes open. With her lightning speed and elite handle, she cuts through defenders like they're not even there. But the best part? Clark is more than a scorer. She's one of the sharpest passers in the league, threading dimes exactly where teammates need them. And she's her own toughest critic, demanding more from herself than anyone else possibly could. I feel like I had a solid year, but I'm only scratching the surface. I break down every detail of my game. Because I want this franchise to grow, I want my teammates to improve, and I want to be better for them. There's so much left for me to unlock, and that excites me more than anything. I know before long, we'll be back stronger than ever. That's the mindset of a superstar. Clark isn't simply chasing points, she's building a complete game. Her ability to score from anywhere combined with her vision and creativity is what separates her from the rest. Just look at her final playoff game, 9 assists. And if even half of the wide-open shots she created had gone in, she would have easily finished with double digits. She sees the game differently, and it's already changing Indiana's trajectory. But her year wasn't only defined by scoring or assists, it was her leadership that stood out most. Despite being a rookie, she became the voice her teammates leaned on. With the clock running down, she wanted the ball. With the defense needing a stop, she rose to the challenge. She didn't just play the game, she set the tone for everyone around her. There was even a moment when, after missing a shot, she muttered, "Damn it," and got reminded of how much scrutiny she faces. It echoed a technical she once picked up in college for the same thing. But for Clark, it's never been about opponents or officials. It's about her relentless pursuit of perfection. That fire is what pushed her and her team to another level. After all that, it's no surprise she's pausing now. Many WNBA players spend their winters overseas, grinding through non-stop schedules just to keep going. Clark is choosing differently. No endless flights, no double games, no non-stop grind, just time to rest, heal, and reset. Her rookie season was a whirlwind, full of highs, setbacks, and defining moments. The fever ultimately fell in the postseason, swept by the sun. But the message was loud and clear. Caitlin Clark is already a force in the pros, and the dominance she displayed at Iowa has translated seamlessly to the WNBA.